If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I've never felt like this before. It's like you just get me. I feel like my true self with you. Does that sound crazy? And it doesn't hurt that you're gorgeous. Okay, that's it. I'm taking you home with me. I mean, you can't find shoes this good just anywhere. Find a shoe for every you from brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at your DSW store or dsw.com.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
It's Conway Show. That's Chuck Mangione. He passed away today. So did Hulk Hogan. A lot of celebrities going down, man. They usually went in threes. Now they went in fours.
Yeah. Did we start a new one?
Yeah, this was 4.
Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne.
Did we start another 3?
Oh, maybe we did.
Or maybe
one of them's not a celebrity.
Oh.
no.
Who would that be? It's Ozzy Osbourne's definitely a celebrity.
Yeah, Hulk's definitely a celebrity.
Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner is definitely a celebrity. Maybe it's Chuck Mangione. Because Chuck Mangione, look, I love the guy, but I think he just had the one. Was he one hit wonder?
He was a regular on King of the Hill.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, maybe now they're in fours.
Maybe.
You know, what can you do? All right, let's get back to this. This is hysterical. This is Eric Sklar, the producer board op of the John Colbert Show. He's looking to get a wife. He wants a wife. I think he wants kids, too. And he's offering himself up on the internet. And Petros and Money have had some problems with how small the strike zone is. See, he's the Duke of Sports. So, no, I don't know why I bother.
Tomorrow by 6 p.m.
Right? We could have a line of big booty Latinas out there.
No question.
Hey. And it would be like Caligula tonight for Ben the intern at Lemu in the dorms.
Practice makes perfect for me, but when I'm looking for the one, she's got to be Jewish.
So this is like I'm trying to get married, and it has to be a Jewish
You're not
girl.
just trying to get laid.
No.
You're trying to find like a mate for life.
Yeah.
Through KFI.
Well, it's not the only avenue.
But I mean, I'm just saying with this particular avenue, the idea that you're going to find your mate for life.
How long have we been doing
a
this?
25 to 32-year-old Jewish girl.
How long?
I don't know. I've not seen our demographics lately, but I don't know how strong we are in the 25 to 30-year-old Jewish attractive women demo. I don't know. I think you got to go coast more. Or, I don't know, maybe a little alt.
I was going to say alt. Alt sounds like a good one.
I don't know. I don't
Not the
think
stereotype or anything.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the free throw line you want to be on here. Because see, he's the Duke of Sport. Forget it.
Been doing
a 25 to 32-year-old Jewish girl.
How long has our pole been in the water on this thing?
This started, today's Thursday? It started Tuesday.
And 0.
Yes. I was hoping that maybe some grandma that listens to KFI would have
Which
a hot
her daughter.
granddaughter.
Oh, I got you, my grand. That's interesting.
Yeah, see?
How's that working out? How's grandma doing setting up the young Jewish gal?
I think the Jewish thing is also very limiting.
Well, it is. I mean, I
want
know
my
the
kids to
Valley's
be
got a lot of
But you
Jews.
stop with that,
You can tell, hey, you're half Jewish.
right?
You know, I'm still pretty Greek.
go by
My
the
mom's a
mom's
white
religion.
lady.
I know. I know it very well, dude. I'm 22%.
I know.
I know you guys go to temple together now. It's awesome. So, is there any way we can help you other than telling you that, you know, you should widen your age range?
Yes. Maybe don't put your listening to Kendrick Lamar right now.
Yeah. The
KFI AM 640.
It's like it's one thing to be into hip-hop, but you're into modern hip-hop, which is awful.
Well, my
Not
favorite
cool.
rapper is The Game.
Okay, that's not good either.
Don't mention that either.
Okay, that's not good either.
Okay, that's not good either.
Don't mention that either. It's
Well, that's not
KFI.
modern.
It's AM 640.
I know.
He loves the game, Mildred. Call
Sabrina.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Let her know we found her somebody.
Alexandra's going to love this guy.
I do have a Hinge date next week, though. So
What's that mean?
Hinge is a dating.
What happened to J-Date?
Well, I'm on J-Swipe too.
It's now J-Swipe?
Yeah.
It's no longer J-Date?
I think it's two separate things.
What's the difference?
One's the website, one is an app.
But it's the same company. Same chicks.
Same Jews.
Same Jews.
Same
Jews.
Same Jews.
Isn't that a children's charity?
Gee.
Saturday morning
Same Jews.
cartoon.
Is that a children's hospital? Same Jews? Is
I
it?
think it's Saint.
Oh, Saint Jews. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. Saint Jews? I don't know.
Same Jews.
Same Jewish chicks.
Is the
or no?
same Jewish person eligible to be on J-Swipe as is it on J-Date?
Have you ever done a date on J-Swipe?
Yes.
Do you think if I went on, let's say I was single, and I went on J-Date, and I got my looks, I'm swarthy, I got my big nose.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would figure it out.
No.
I could go there.
You could pass.
Okay. How about this? I do not look Jewish, but I am 22%. What if I went on J-Date and said, hey, just took a test from 23andMe. I'm 22%. Who wants to date?
You get rejected.
welcome
You're
all
out.
people. We welcome all people.
Wait, let me look out the window. There's a commotion out the window. Oh, it's the JDL outside the window. Hey, fellas. It was Petros and Money. We're just replaying it.
Is he doing that thing where they point at their eyes and then they point at you? Like
Yeah.
we're watching you.
We're just replaying it.
See you.
It's 2 windows down.
2 windows over.
Yeah.
We welcome all people. There's only 16 million of us. We need them all.
Well, wouldn't that be better for you to mate outside of the religion/race?
You know, I think that's more of an insult to Eric that there's 16 million Jewish people out there and he's got no bites.
I was going to say, this doesn't help your argument, dude.
Rejected by the Jews. Rejected by the Jews. Isn't that a Laker song? Rejected by the Jews. Or no, it's Rejected by Kareem. Remember that song, the Lakers song? Rejected by Kareem.
But I'm trying to make more Jews.
Oh, that's great.
But I'm trying to make more Jews.
I'm trying to make more Jews.
Got an
Oh yeah,
agenda.
but that should have been the header on his singles
The
ad.
title. I'm trying to make more Jews.
Yes.
But I'm trying to make more Jews.
Well, yeah, but what we're saying is the poll you want to put in the pod,
Okay.
doesn't it make sense to do that on the J-Swipe as opposed to the Gary and Shannon Show?
Well,
The Jewish thing.
That's why I said Gary and Shannon isn't the only avenue I'm
Right.
pursuing.
I just mean
I know.
how about 25 to 30?
That's fine.
38. Let's get a little crazy, man.
Ben, call your parents and tell them you're not coming home tonight.
You know, my suggestion
We're
was
going
to
to
the
get
Duke.
you laid before the Duke.
That's right.
I told the Duke, you should find like a cougar who's like divorced and got half her
Right?
husband's money and just wants a
That's
young dude.
KFI.
That's what you need, the Duke.
That's the KFI lady.
Yeah, I live on Coldwater Canyon.
God almighty.
Oofa. Why'd you dump that, Tim?
Well, I don't know. I like coming in here.
I like this place.
Like get the paychecks.
He really just doesn't care.
He does not care.
I love it.
But that's why you listen to him.
Yeah.
You know? I have never heard that on radio without it being dumped.
Really?
Never. Have you?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You've heard that on the radio?
I mean, it's been a long time. I think things are a little tighter than they used to be before Janet Jackson's boob popped out. And everything tightened up at that point.
What we dumped was a young man over on that station who used to play football for USC said they could shove it up your tuchus, but use the A word. There you go.
It's going to plow your field, lady. Let's go.
She can teach me a couple
Yeah,
things too.
I'm going to go play some ball for 40 minutes with my boys, come back all sweaty. I'm going to take care of you.
She'll sit on the sideline while the Duke
Right.
gets a game.
That's my man. That's my man.
She's going over to watch him play basketball, Balboa Park. That's my man.
That's my man. That's what we're talking.
At that park right off Coldwater Canyon when you get into
yeah.
Beverly Hills, the Duke dribbling around.
Dribbling around.
That's my man. That's my man.
And what is he doing?
Duke dribbling around.
Dribbling around.
Big giant shirt and shorts.
Oh, you know,
looking
that's
like
how he
Skilo
plays.
in the
Yes.
Skilo video.
He goes Sandler style. With
Wish
the
I was a
giant
little bit
shorts.
taller. I wish I was a baller.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Oh, Kobe jersey for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great,
Not to the
man.
mark.
What a show.
God bless
We
you.
wish you luck, Duke. Is there
Yes.
somewhere people can look up? Because I'm sure the ladies are going to line up to this. We got a lot of nice
How do
Jewish
they?
girls.
How do they sign up?
I believe the email is
No shiksas here.
at kfiam640.com.
Do you ever bring a little shiksa home and the family just gets the Skalars don't like it, do they? If you bring a shiksa to the house?
Oh, my parents wouldn't care. This is
Well,
more
who's
me
this
personally.
shiksa? Get this shiksa out of here.
I was
Don't you
laughing. I was
ever-
laughing though the other day when you brought up Shlomo going to the concert. That was
He's
hilarious.
a friend of yours, right?
I have a couple.
Yeah,
Shlomo
you and,
friends.
Couple
you
Shlomos.
and your friend Shlomo hit up the Smith and Wesson shows. All right, well, that's great for you.
Yeah, don't say you hate country.
I'm open to country. I
You
just
put
don't
it on
listen
there.
to
It's on the bio right here.
You know
It
how many
says I don't
chicks
like country.
with the jeans up their ass are waiting for you at the country show?
Right.
Come on. And they like a white guy with a beard.
KFIAM 640. My favorite genre of music is rap hip hop. I enjoy everything except country.
Every once in a while, you got to tuck the Star of David and then roll out to Stagecoach.
Right? Let's go. That's my man.
Come on,
Doing
dude.
here? What are we doing?
All right, I'll take
right. Well,
these notes
we
into
hope-
consideration.
Hopefully, this will kickstart the Duke of Sports' zero applicants.
Zero.
Oh, man.
That's my man.
Oh, Bubbo.
That's yeah, but you know what?
Unacceptable. You were our intern.
I'm glad you admitted it, the Duke.
Hey.
That's good.
I love how he still refers to him as the Duke. I'm glad you admitted the Duke. The Duke.
That's my man.
That's my man.
It's time for the word of the day.
All right. That's classic, man. That's a great show. I don't know how we compete over there.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Every single Thursday, we like to bring on the guy that knows more about homes than anybody in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Sharp is on every Saturday from 6 to 8 a.m., on Sunday from 9 a.m. till noon, and also now featured on Coco in San Diego. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Duke of Outdoors, Dean Sharp. How you, bub?
I'm good, man.
So we're talking about outdoors. You know, we're almost halfway through the summer, but it doesn't even feel like summer has started yet. Though, you know, the weather is still nice and cool, and it seems like it hasn't really cranked up yet.
Yeah. So beware.
Oh, okay.
It's just, it's one of those weird years. It's just coming on so slow. But you know what? If you think it's going to be cooling off in October, I'm thinking, no. Just, why don't you just push that summer right through September into the early part of October?
You know, if over at the Do It Center, I'm sure you're familiar with the Do It Center. They have,
oh, yeah, I live there.
Yeah, I love it. I love that place. They have the late summer patio furniture sale, half off on all their stuff, and everybody tries to figure out when that's going to start, and then they buy their stuff for next year, which I think is pretty smart.
Yeah. Patio furniture. This is actually what we're talking about this weekend, actually, on Sunday. Outdoor furnishings, which is a really tricky subject, by the way. I think I have some of the most interesting conversations with my clients when it comes to outdoor furnishings, because it kind of goes like this. They come to me and they're like, Dean, we want to spend more time outside. We live in Southern California. I'm like, yeah, I dig it. Let's do this. And they're like, so, some really comfortable patio furniture. Okay, got that. Is we got a way to heat this area? Yeah, okay, got that too. Maybe we should put up some glass panels to keep the wind from blowing. I'm like, okay. And is there a way we can cover overhead in case there's rain? Or I'm like, hey, you've just described being indoors.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they bring the refrigerator out, the TV out, and you're right. Just go to the living room.
Yeah. Why are we doing this? That's what you described is indoors.
Right. That's fantastic.
So it's a thing. But you know what? It is a thing that we all, it's kind of that creep out. And, I don't have anything against any one of those components, but man, you can just keep spending and spending and spending. And suddenly you find that you've spent all this money and you're indoors again. So there's got to be a point in which you kind of let go of control and you're like, you know what? It's good to be outdoors. Good to be out of control a little bit.
We lived in one house in Tarzana with a pool. And I remember my wife and daughter maybe used it 6 times in a year. Maybe.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. It's $120 a month to heat and clean and fill up. And it's a lot of work to keep a pool around. And nobody really uses it every day.
Yeah, it's true. That's why, by the way, and I got nothing wrong against pools, love pools. But if you're making the commitment to have one, it's why you need to design it into your home as a water feature first and foremost. Because by the numbers, just running it by the numbers, like you just said, right? That's pretty average for most people. Even if you had a family of Olympic swimmers, man, and they were out there in the water 8 to 10 hours a day, the fact of the matter is, there's still another 14 hours when the pool isn't getting used and not getting swam in. So the point is, by the numbers, a pool is for looking at more than it is for swimming in. So make sure it looks fantastic.
You know what? I got to, you just brought something up that I think is really cool, and I don't think enough people talk about this. But we owned a pool in Tarzana in a house that we owned. And I'll tell you, even though we never used it, how beautiful it was to have that blue light in the backyard with that water. I mean, it's just, it's almost like you're in Hawaii. That glistening water with the blue pool light is spectacular.
It is. And that's what, I'm very serious when I say it is a water feature first. And you know what? Well worth it, man. If I had enough room to put a pond, just a pond, a lake in the back of my yard, right? I would be there. Tina asks me all the time, where do we want to end up when this is all said and done? And I'm like, in a cabin next to a lake or a river, and if I could do that right now, I so would. I'm still, by the way, waiting for the client, because I have a lot of, kind of estate level clients. I'm still waiting for the client who's going to buy into me putting a lazy river around their house.
Oh, that'd be great.
Think about that.
Fantastic, like a moat.
Yes.
One of the biggest arguments I ever had with my wife, and still she doesn't even like when I talk about it on the air, but I will because it might save a life. But I came home one night. Our daughter was, I think, a year and a half, maybe 2. And I came home one night. The back door was locked, but I noticed the pool gate was open. And our daughter was just starting to learn how to walk, and she couldn't get outside of her on her own. But I said to my wife, I said, I never, ever, ever want to see that pool gate not only closed, but locked unless you're using it. And we had a big, huge fight over it. And I ended up locking the gate and then having the only key. So she had to come to me to open it. And I can't tell you how hard that battle was to keep up. It was the worst. But I was not going to let anybody or my daughter or any other kids in the block drown in that pool.
Well, that's rightly so. It's also the law and it's code.
It is.
Pools have to be. Oh yeah, you got to have. If you've got a pool, bare minimum, your side yard gates. Okay, a couple of things. Number one, they have to be self-closing.
Oh, really?
And
wait, let me write this down because I want to tell the audience this. I want to learn from you and tell you. Okay, it has to be self-closing, right?
Has to be self-closing, so they can't be, they can't just be left open, right? They're going to close. They also, assuming that you got a young kid on the outside, right, in your front yard trying to get in, right, or maybe just even leaning against the gate, those gates need to open forward. They need to open out.
Okay? Really? Okay.
So that if for any reason that gate didn't completely latch,
right,
if they lean against it, they latch it. They don't accidentally open it and get into your backyard, right? And if that's not going to be the case with your side yard gates and all of that, if your property, and there are some properties that are set up so that just doesn't work right, then you got to have that removable pool fencing around the pool. Pools have to be protected from young people so that there isn't the risk of drowning. And it's your liability if it isn't that way. That's just downright the way it is.
2 things. One is we had a contractor help us build the fence around our backyard, and he recommended 3 stop signs, he used to call them. A gate from the front to get into the side yard, another gate from the side yard to get in the backyard, and another gate to get in the pool. And he said 3 is going to save somebody's life. And I bought into that. We had 3 separate gates before you can get in the pool.
I think that's a good idea.
Plus, how about this? Our diving board when we bought the house was broken, so I had it torn out of there, and I called 15 companies to replace it, and all 15 said no.
No, you can't have them anymore. If you've got a diving board and it's in good shape, fine. But if for any reason it gets pulled out or it breaks, no more diving boards. Not in California. I don't know what it is across the rest of the country. No. It's just there's too many risks. Plus, pools are being dug not as deep as they used to be. A diving board, technically speaking, should be with a 10-foot deep pool. And most deep pools these days are 8. And plus, a diving board springs you over the deep end towards the shallow ramp. So it's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
We went to drain our pool, so I could clean it out. And I put one of those pumps in it overnight, and it got down to about 1.5 feet of water. And then the pump turned over. So I got into the pool. It was 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I got in the pool, walked down there, flipped the pump on right, and I couldn't get out of the effing pool. It was slimy and slippery, and I was yelling for a half hour. I was freezing. I almost died in that pool.
You died in a pool with no water in it.
No water. It was unbelievable. All right, let's come back.
Tim Conway died in the pool today.
Right,
there was 12 inches of water in the bottom.
He always talked about how he always prevented people from drowning. Well, he didn't drown. He died of exhaustion. He tried to get the hell out of there. All right, Dean Sharp is with us. We'll come back and talk more about the outdoors, the great outdoors. We all live here in Southern California. A lot of us do. And we want to celebrate the outdoors, and Dean will tell us how to do it in a more cool way and what to do, what not to do.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Dean Sharp is with us, House Whisperer. He's on his show every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 a.m. and then Sunday from 9 a.m. till noon. Also heard on Kogo in San Diego. Dean, I love the talk about being outdoors. I like being outdoors myself. I do have some problems with it, though. We've not invented anything so far, at least in my opinion, or anything I've seen, to keep bugs and mosquitoes out of your dinner and out of your outdoor life.
All right, so here is the thing. You got to check this out. You really do.
Oh, wait, you got a solution?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
It's legit.
Okay.
And, I had my doubts about it.
Okay.
And so we've got a partner on the show, a.k.a, right? Pest control company. Great pest control company. And so I'm talking to Sue Freeze, who owns a.k.a, and I'm like, so what's the latest with the mosquitoes? And she was like, oh, you got to try our Into Care system. So we sat down, we talked about it for a while, and I'm like, all right, I'm buying. So here's the deal. Okay. First of all, don't waste any time on bug zappers for mosquitoes,
right,
because mosquitoes are not attracted to infrared. To ultraviolet light. Right. So you're just going to kill all the nice bugs in your yard, and the mosquitoes continue.
Okay.
So here is the deal. And the other problem with mosquitoes is that you can't control what you can't control what your neighbors are doing. Right. So your neighbor could have some old tire sitting in his backyard with water in it, and the mosquitoes are laying eggs in there, breeding like rabbits over there, and they're flying over the fence and bugging you in your yard. So the Into Care system, and then the number 2 care system that a.k.a has. What they do is they set up in my yard, they set up 3 of these little bait stations. And when I say bait stations, what they look like is like outdoor speakers, those little outdoor in-ground speakers. So nobody even knows what they are or where they are, right? So nobody sees them.
Right.
And what these things have inside them, they have a liquid inside them. Nothing can get in there except a mosquito. So they're safe for kids, for pets, for birds in your yard. Totally safe, okay, except for the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes go in there. It's a female mosquito that you're after because she wants to lay eggs. So she gets in there and she gets this stuff on her legs The thing is a larvicide. And so not only does everything that she lay in there go nowhere, but she now takes this everywhere else she goes to every other little body of water around us, and she infects that with the same larvicide. So I thought, all right, we'll see how this works, and we'll see how long it takes. Tim, I kid you not. We got the little ankle biters out here, everything. And mosquitoes, by the way, love me. I mean,
me too.
love me.
Me too.
So it took a week. 1 week after they put this stuff in, I have not seen a mosquito in my yard in like 3 months.
How is it wildly expensive? 30 grand, 40 grand?
No. They set it up, and I think they service it. I think they're servicing my yard during the season, right? It's only during mosquitoes. But I think it's like $100 a month.
You know, we had at one point, my brother said, put a fan out there, and I bought one of those big like comedy fans from the studios, and it was just like being in a hurricane all night.
Yeah. No, I mean, mosquitoes don't like that, but you got to live in it. No, this is the first whole yard mosquito system, honestly, that I have ever seen actually work, and I am so impressed with it.
That's great. I went to a friend's house for a barbecue over the summer. I think it was like late June. And he's cooking burgers. The kids were there, and we're just, chatting, having a beer. And I hear him go, "Oh, F." I said, "What happened?" He goes, "I ran out of propane." I said, "Well, where's your extra can? Where's your extra tank?" He goes, "What? Where's your extra tank?" He goes, "Who has an extra tank?" I said, "Everybody should have an extra tank."
Everyone does.
We have like 4 or 5 of them just because I get drunk and I forget we have one. I buy another one, but you should have at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, you should just have a backup propane.
How many do you have, Crozier?
Sure.
How many propane tanks do you have?
2.
2. Okay, that seems reasonable. Because if you run out, you can't. You're not going to stop the party, so you can go to Home Depot or Walmart. To get more propane. God Almighty!
It's so easy these days because most of these places just do exchanges now. You don't have to sit around and wait for them to fill. You just bring in the empty. You take another one with you. You're done.
That's right, and it's like $21 or $24.
But no excuse.
Yeah. But let me ask you a question, because I always have this discussion with my wife. We don't know whether to go with cheap furniture that lasts 2 years and then throw it out and get more cheap furniture because it all fades, it gets weathered, or to buy really nice stuff that lasts 4 years and then throw it out. But it seems to all fade.
You're not shopping at the right place. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, so here you got to hear me on this, okay? Because I have 2 very distinct opinions on this. First of all, if you're going to go with upholstered furniture, then you got to step up. You got to step up to a place like Aldic Home. They carry summer classics, literally some of the best patio furniture on the planet. Okay,
I will say that's true. I've seen it over there. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, these are materials that do not fade. Okay, that are soft like cotton. They'll put up with anything, and these are pieces of furniture that you're gonna hand to your kids. That your kids are gonna inherit. It's that kind of quality stuff. But, you don't have to go that direction either. What you need to find is comfortable furniture. Now, my yard around my fire pit, I've got Adirondack chairs. Okay, no cushions. There are 0 cushions.
Oh, wow.
Okay, because these happen to just be really nicely built, nicely angled Adirondack chairs. So here is the lesson that I'm going to be communicating this weekend as well. Hard surface furniture is honest and has nothing to hide. And if you find hard surface furniture that is comfortable, it's worth its weight in gold because it's hella cheaper than all of the upholstery stuff. You don't have to bring it in when it's raining outside, and it'll last forever on you. So don't rule out hard surface furniture. In fact, I would go so far as to say most soft stuff, if you're going to go and sit in it, you need to sit in it for a good 15 minutes to a half an hour, because soft cushions cover a multitude of sins when it comes to furniture. I mean, you can end up finding out about 5 minutes in, you know what, this thing looked great, but this is not comfortable to sit in.
I will say this, though. I love the look of teak, but it is tremendously heavy to move around.
It is.
I hate that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, I mean, It depends on, whether you're taking it camping or whether it's just going to live in your backyard.
How often do you cover? Nightly or when you're not using it?
Teak?
Any furniture?
I never cover it. I've got a teak table, dining room table sitting out for our outdoor dining, and the Adirondack chairs never get covered. The teak table never gets covered. Teak does not spoil. Okay. Understand, you don't have to cover up teak. The only thing that happens with teak is that the UV light from the sun bleaches it out, right?
That's right, yeah.
But you don't have to keep it oiled. You don't have to keep it treated. If you don't mind it going gray, it'll sit there for 100 years and work for you.
Excellent.
It's not going anywhere.
I'll be listening this weekend, 6 to 8 a.m. on Saturday, 9 a.m. till noon on Sunday, also on Kogo in San Diego.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, there he goes. Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, with his show every single weekend on this station. That guy's great.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. This portion of the show is being brought to you by Advanced Hair. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Make your appointment today at advancedhair.com. And if you're familiar with the program, every single Thursday at 6:50, 6:51, we play a very funny piece from a very funny comedian named Norm Macdonald. He was the comedian's comedian, which the term I hate. He was a teacher's teacher. Those are people that don't know anything about the guy. He was a fireman's fireman. Right? That's when you don't know anything about the guy and you lay that line on him. He's an actor's actor. Did you know him? Never met him. That's why I use that term. An actor's actor. So here's Norm Macdonald talking about the designated driver and what a cruel and unusual position that is to be in. To ask somebody to be your designated driver. Here we go. Norm Macdonald, everybody.
I used to. Now I don't drink. And when you're with people that drink, it doesn't work out. That's why that designated driver thing, I don't think ever worked out. I see ads for it again. Like I think they're trying to resurrect that idea. But it's kind of a flawed notion. It's like, hey, Bill, listen. We were wondering if you'd come out with us. Here's the idea. We want to go out and drink. And then we were hoping you'd come with us and not drink. How does that sound to you? We're going to go to a bunch of different bars and drink, and then you come with us and not drink. Also, we're not going to be driving. You're going to pick us up at our different houses, go to a bunch of bars, not drink while we drink, and then drive us all home. How's that sound to you? How's that catch you?
How does that catch you? That's classic. Norm Macdonald, man, the best. Everyone will tell you the same thing. You ask Ray Romano and Letterman, George Carlin when he was around. You ask Leno, Letterman, any of these older, very funny comics. Who was the best? And they all say Norm Macdonald. All of them. And especially if you live in Los Angeles, you got to experience Norm Macdonald because he lived here. And occasionally he would just show up at comedy clubs unannounced and give you 20 or 30 great minutes of great laughs. So one of the great benefits of being
Angelinos.
An Angelino. Yes, an Angelino. All right. We understand that Hulk Hogan passed away. We talked about that. And also, they say it comes in threes. I think it's in fours now. And then Chuck Mangione, we didn't get around to him, but let's give him some respect here. One of the all-time greats in my mind. My mom used to love that Chuck Mangione.
The death of legendary jazz musician Chuck Mangione. His attorney says the Grammy-winning flugelhorn player passed peacefully in his sleep Tuesday morning. The rock native had a long, internationally celebrated career in music with hits like Feels So Good. He was inducted into the Rock Music Hall of Fame in 2012. The hall says he reached fans around the world with more than 30 albums, striking gold and platinum in the process, earning 13 Grammy nominations, winning 2. He was 84 years old.
What a guy. Oh, we talked about a little about this yesterday. We sort of did our look ahead, our promo from yesterday for today. SoCal Edison is going to cut checks for a lot of people who live in Altadena and parts of Arcadia, Pasadena, because of this Eaton fire.
We've got some breaking news to tell you about regarding the Eaton fire. SoCal Edison is launching a wildfire recovery compensation program for Eaton fire victims. Through this program, money will be given directly to those whose homes, businesses, or rental properties were damaged or destroyed in Altadena. It would also support people who were injured and those who had family members who died.
Now, SoCal Edison has not formally said its equipment ignited that fire. But in a statement today, the company said, quote, "This allows the community to focus more on recovery instead of lengthy, expensive litigation." More than 9,400 homes and other structures were destroyed in the Eaton fire. 19 people died.
All right, we'll wait to see how big those checks are and if they're going to do the right thing. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. American Airlines is some setbacks, hundreds of flights to be canceled starting in August. So if you have a flight, you're going to Europe, you're going back East Coast to visit friends, family, grandma, grandpa, and you're on American Airlines, you've got to make sure that your flight is going to continue on. Cancel, cancel, cancel. A lot of these flights are not going anywhere.
Starting in late summer, hundreds of American Airlines flights are being canceled due to a major flight schedule change. The carrier is reportedly experiencing setbacks in its operations because of increased competition from rival airlines.
What? What's going on?
Experiencing setbacks in its operations because of increased competition from rival airlines. The cutbacks impact flights from August onward. This mainly affects service at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport amid a dispute which has forced American to reduce routes to and from the major hub. Cities impacted include LA, El Paso, Texas, New York, LaGuardia, and many more.
Yeah, and many more. So it might be everybody. Who knows? Happy pre-birthday to Crozier. I know he's not going to be here next week for his birthday, but that's a hell of a guy, that Michael Crozier. And he's turning, I don't know, he's 50-something. But we celebrated his birthday today with hot dogs and fresh cut onions, a little mustard, relish, some ketchup. Oh, he enjoyed that. He called it the best birthday he's ever had. So Crozier's birthday next week. He's going to take this birthday week off, like third graders do. And he's going to be off, but that's a hell of a guy, that Michael Crozier. All right, Mo Kelly, whole crew up next right here on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.